And pay heed, all who enter, and beware, these Jayhawks can play a little football too. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Missouri Tigers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Jayhawks offense takes the field to start this game off. They share a border and not much else, and even if they don't play regularly, the one thing that stays constant is their contempt for each other.
And there have been a lot of shootouts in the past between these two teams. Remember Todd Reesing going up against Chase Daniel, lighting up the scoreboard? That's what I remember about this one.
Yeah, points at a premium, offenses flying up and down the field, and a lot of people in the stands that don't like each other.
Now they'll run the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Jayhawks line up to punt it away. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
And it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at quarterback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Second down coming up. Power football with the run. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Going for the big play. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. Mizzou put a spanking on the Jayhawks the last time they met.
Wins always feel great, but Missouri blowing out Kansas for them, that was ecstasy for their players, coaches, and fans.
Yeah, and it's just an awesome opportunity to be like, yeah, we own you. Like, go back to where you came from and just let you know, like, this rivalry isn't a rivalry between us and you.
To the air, it's Madden. And they get the sack just like that.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman on the block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you can tell.
Oh, look out! Ripped off a huge shunt play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll go with a direct snap. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They relentlessly move forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Northwestern stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Evanston. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is heading. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in our conference, and you've kind of ruined what we had built. So we got a chance now to make a dent in this, to show you, like, we're not just your, like, little recruiting system and little farm team, Jesse. Like, we're a real conference that wants to come out and make a statement.
I agree, David. I think the Big 12 throughout the years here recently has done a good job reloading, bringing in good quality programs with a lot of talented football players and those wide open, up-tempo, high-scoring offenses that can give any SEC defense problems.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Rock Chalk. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big top. Return.
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Crosses the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wants to pass it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. You do think basketball in this rivalry, but there is football history. Gale Sayers, Todd Reesing, Chase Daniel, the Mangino era for the Jayhawks. At times, this was one of the best rivalries on the planet.
Well, they started playing in 1891. It's unfortunate with conference realignment that this rivalry game kind of went away. I wish we saw it more often.
Yeah, and we've seen it all across college football. We get robbed of the rivalries, and then in turn, we kind of forget about them. So good to have this rivalry back.
And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another first down. Wide out in motion. They'll run it with the jet sweep. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jason, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the score.
Yeah, it's that bend don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Yeah, what a good job by the pass rush. Get into the QB and putting a lick on him as he's throwing the football. That's what you want. It doesn't matter about sacks. You've got to get quarterback hits.
They're bringing heat. Catch in the middle, it's King. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle, jog our punt return team out on the field. You're going to make it that easy for us.
Finds his man enough for the first. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. A first down run in the red zone. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. That's the end of the quarter. Kansas has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. On second and goal, he carries again. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first and get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They'll keep it on the ground. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And they got him for the sack. They are out to send a message in this rivalry game, Jesse, and the quarterback has to keep his composure after taking a shot like that.
Man, and I've been on the receiving end of some of those hits in rivalry games. It is not fun. They hurt a whole lot more, David. It just feels different in games like this.
It just means more because these guys don't like each other, and you love making those big hits in big moments that they replay throughout the whole next year.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Fires deep toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Unloads it downfield. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off a defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting the throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped it.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. Fielded in the end zone, it's Guzman. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
The give to the tailback.
And a lot of coaches put a lot of emphasis on situational type running. Like when it's a goal-to-go situation, short yardage situation, like when I need to run the football and they know I'm running the football. Right there, haven't had a lot of success, but I needed a few yards to get the football.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. Touchdown, Tiger. And the defense doing work.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. North Carolina was able to finish off a close one in Chapel Hill. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Open space at the 25. And he's got enough for the first down, and it'll be at the 35. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. And the defense gets to the quarterback. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
That's so frustrating for a quarterback. He sees an open guy, he's ready to rip the football, and then all of a sudden, one of those defensive ends gets a big mitt in the air and knocks it down.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Just a short pass to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
You see it in football all the time, right? I get a matchup on the outside. You want to try to play man coverage? I'm going to let my wide receiver try to go up and make a play. A lot of times the wide receiver wins. Not this time.
Couldn't find his man last time. That leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs in this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
And that pass intercepted. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the 1st down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up for the 1st down. The Jayhawks come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Makes the catch. It's Jones. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, all the tradition and bad blood between these programs, and it's all kind of come to a boil today in a spirited 1st half in the border war. 2 quarters of both sides feeling each other out. And it's likely to come down to which offense can find a way to generate some big plays. Adjustments will be a part of it. Maybe it's time these typically conservative play callers open up the playbook. Nothing crazy, but a calculated risk here and there to try to gain an edge in what's been a stalemate.
And the returner will be knocked down.
With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Kansas and Missouri plays out.
They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Listen, they didn't get the huge playoff in that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Missouri comes to the line with another first down. Running back searching for a hole. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him. But nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
The give to the back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, that looked like he was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. The hand to the running back. Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down, able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Just 1 for 3 on 4th down so far in this one, but they'll stay on the field and try to convert here. They'll try to pick up the first. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Missouri! It is getting rowdy as Missouri extends its lead on the hated Jayhawks.
Tell you what, man, Mizzou came into this one ready to go. They have been flying high and flying all over the field, making things happen.
Making things happen, making plays, playing with energy, really meeting the standard for this rivalry game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Flags flying as the pass is incomplete. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal blocking the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. He'll set up to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Lewis. Pulled down for the tackle. Here comes the offense on second down. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. He's got an open man. They make the stop if this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. He's got it down the middle.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
Yeah, and when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
And they can't make the play on third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right now.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Well, I love the play call by the defense there on fourth down. They were expecting pass, and they didn't decide to just lay back and play zone coverage. They were going to dial up the pressure. They bring the blitz, and they just overwhelmed the offensive line.
All kinds of running room. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Touchdown, Tigers! And the beatdown has ensued. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. K-State has the lead right now. The Little Apple has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 13 over Washington State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lewis. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. On first down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing second and long from the 19. He's looking to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Finds the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Jayhawks will punt it away on fourth down. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Handoff to the single running back. And a short run there, and that'll end it. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about